Hello everybody, how are you doing? Sorry, a bit late, but already 40 seconds gone, and it's City versus Palace. Yesterday, I was watching the Arsenal match. It was 1-1. I mean, at 90 minutes, and I thought, wow, if they can drop, if Wolves could have held on for 6 more minutes, it would have just broken Arsenal. Could have absolutely broken Arsenal up, but oh, its attack was his defense as usual. Munoz is not there, so you could just pin back Nathaniel Klein is not such of an attacking fullback, but uh, I wish Jeremy Doku against Nathaniel Klein would have been absolutely interesting. It would have been sensational. But Ismail Sar's got back for them, so Palace looks strong, especially Ismail Sar, that front three, Mateta, Ismail Sar, and so on. We need to be on top of our game. Uh, Matthews Nunez coming into the midfield. Ryan Cherky drifting out wide. I think Doku will be a miss. There was a stat which states he was the highest chance creator in the Premier League. He's the highest chance creator in the Premier League till now. So Ryan Cherky losing the ball over there, but Palace gifting the ball back to City. It's Christmas season. Santa is here. But it was hilarious yesterday. Arsenal at the Emirates did not even have an XG of one. They had to rely on two own goals. Doku will be a mess's directness stuff. City need to be patient. Selhurst Park, not an easy place at all to come. Palace, second best defense in the league behind Arsenal. It's almost close to a must-win game for City, if I'm honest. Countiny is here. Hey Countiny, how you doing? He says Arsenal scored a late winner last night. I was momentarily happy when they were drawing, and I was seeing that match. Countiny, in 90th minute when Wolves scored that equalizing goal, I thought if Wolves can hold on for 6 minutes, mentally it will break Arsenal in this title race. I mean, regardless of the points dropped and all, mentally it would just break Arsenal because if you cannot clinch 3 points at home against a team that has only secured 2 points all season in 16 matches, that would have been the bottle moment for Arsenal. But again, for me, even if Arsenal won with the second own goal, I just thought that that performance was very very bad. City need to take advantage of this blip. We just do not know if Arsenal will go through another blip again. Liverpool went through theirs and it shattered their campaign, and now Arsenal going through that blip. This is where City need to take advantage. We had our blip before the first international break, lost to Spurs, Brighton. People were telling who loses to that Spurs team, but then who almost draws against that Wolves team. So when you're in a blip, even Wolves look like bloody tigers, and you give them more respect than you generally would. But we will miss Doku here, aggressive creator. We will miss Jeremy Doku here. He is a bloody aggressive creator. But Palace of late have been conceding goals, so that's one point we could be positive about. Matthews Nunez has to find Ryan. There's a pass on to Ryan Cherky. I don't know why he went back. There was a pass on to Ryan Cherky there. Just don't know why he went back. You, you know what the headline was in one football after Arsenal 1, they wrote Arsenal win by fluke goals. You can just imagine how the match went just by that headline. Nico Riley with the throw. Haaland's not been much among the goals in the Premier League. Phil Ford, that's excellent. Just could not Foden just could not get that one touch. Johnny Reinders. Ah, have to be careful of Adam Wharton. His passings very good. It's a City player down. Josko Guardiola's down. Must be a yellow card for sure for Ismail Sarr. Ah, I just hope Josko Guardiola is all right. You can't afford to lose him in this part of the season. I just think Josko Guardiola is all right. Doku, it seems apparently like injury, so we'll have more updates on that once the match finishes. But Doku was unplayable against Real Madrid. He's been pretty much unplayable the entire season, to be honest. Doesn't look good as of now, but I really hope your Guardiola is not injured. I really hope Guardiola is not injured. This could turn the day from bad to worse, honestly. Thankfully, he's all right. I think they were sort of testing for concussion and stuff, and thankfully, he's all right. Guardiola is asking for a yellow card probably for Ismail Sarr, but thankfully, Guardiola is up on his feet. His passing is going to be absolutely important. His passing is going to be absolutely crucial and very important. He's still not come onto the pitch, Josko Guardiola. I think it's 10 seconds, 15 seconds or so. He's still not come onto the pitch. He's just standing there. Yes, Josko Guardiola's. For a moment I thought that might have be creeping in, but good defensive action by Nico Gonzalez. Long balls, gay long ball, and I think he was anyway offside. Ismail Sarr was anyway offside. Always a tough stadium to play at, to be honest. And Palace, especially with the form they are in this season. Matthews Nunez rescuing it. The touch, the ball's just not falling for Erling Haaland. And last four Premier League matches, he's had one goal and that's it. He's having chances. Mr. Sitter against Sunderland, missed chances against Newcastle. So Ryan Sherky is traveling in the ball well, and Ruben Diaz, Matthews Nunez does well. Good ball from Matthews Nunez, and that's a corner for City. We have been good at set pieces nowadays, so let's see how we deal with it. But that ball from Nunez is passing is very good. But that's what Josko Guardiola can do. The ball to Erling Haaland there. I think Reinders needs to start making those runs from deep. Have to do something to break this Palace defense. You can't be passive. Phil Foden. Let's see how much our set pieces have come. Because Palace are extremely good at set pieces. Has to go back to Foden. Foden, Nico Gonzalez. It's better. It's better. Honestly, it's not Arsenal level, but then Arsenal also don't pass like us. The problem is with the absence of Doku, there's no real, no real winger with pace to get the ball and, run it the Palace defense, which means Palace can sit back passively and defend. That's one thing I could he have gone for Savinho? I think a lot of people in here will disagree with Savinho, so I don't know the answer to it honestly. I think there needs to be some active movement over there, and we need to get those long shots from Foden. We need to get Sharky into the game. Matthews Nunez, I mean, he is the one who's most actively involved till now. I think it's a Palace throw. Nothing happening in this game. 14 minutes. Palace are almost playing for nil. I think that's not wrong or something, but it's telling that Palace are almost playing for nil. Press Dean Henderson. And we have to remember, United came to this ground were 1-0 down and 1-2-1. That too after half time. By half time, they were 1-0 down. So, again, no pace there on the wing. So, if you give long balls, I think that's that's why I think signing someone like a Semenyo or a Rodrigo is important because if Doku gets injured or something like that, that's it's almost like this scenario where Sabinho has pace to burn but is not as quick as Doku A and he's still not at the level of Doku. I mean, it's interesting. City are also trying to play long balls, and I think Palace will defend them all day long. Palace will defend them long balls all day long. It hits the top of the bar. Who is it? I think it's offside anyway, Yarami Pino. Hits the top of the bar. But I just think he was offside. There's no way he runs like this with like that without being offside. Yarami Pino. No, Nico Ryle is playing everybody on there. Nico Ryle is playing everybody on. My God. That was a chance for Palace. O'Reilly must maintain the line there. O'Reilly was playing everybody on. O'Reilly was playing everybody on. That's good defending. Donnarumma is almost in the sunlight there. It's a bit difficult to see. For me, not for Donnarumma. Palace are now onto City. That's a foul. The experience of Bernardo Silva will help here. Yermi Pino with that shot. Ah, difficult for Sergi to make that one. Nunez must realize just can't play balls around the corner. Is not. What a ball by Adam Wharton, but his is not express pace. It's not working. Whatever we are doing, it's not working. Passive. We're not even trying to pass well or something. We're trying to just play long balls over the top. It's not working. I don't know what Pep's game plan here is. I'm just not able to understand, but it's definitely not working. It's 72% possession, but that does not say anything. We are keeping possession in the middle third mostly. No possession at all in the attacking third. Ah! Without Doku, those passes. I think they have not prepared. Today, James Doku had suffered that injury today, and just it almost seems to me that in training they have not prepared without Doku. Good pass. Ah! Reinders there, losing the ball, and Donnarumma. Jeremy Pino is almost playing a second striker there. He's just gone down too easily. Seems like a long day at the office. City just not able to zero attempts by City on Henderson's goal. I mean, what kind of stupid passing is that? He's frustrated. Absolutely zero passing sense. Ruben Diaz. we're just not able to pass through this Palace defense. I mean, we're absolutely struggling here. Tactically, Oliver Glasner has nothing on the players. No one's playing badly, but tactically, I think someone needs to step up. Phil Foden needs to take the game by the scruff of his neck. Tactically, a player needs to step up. The manager just cannot get everything right every time. Even someone as great as Pep Guardiola, someone needs to step up. There's no pace in the team that is. Of course, Haaland's there, but apart from that, there's no pace on the flanks and all. Ah, Nico Gonzalez, Ryan Sherky, Sherky, pass back, pass. Sherky needs to take more risks. That's an excellent ball to Foden. Ah, he just fell in front of him. This is to Reinders actually. Reinders needs to start making those runs. Wonderful run from Reinders, and yes, good attempt. That's what Reinders needs to do. To be honest, he missed his kick. I know. Reinders and Jeremy Pino sort of in the same this thing. They're getting into positions but unable to take their chances. That's gone out. Well defended. Well defended. Ismail Sar's got into that position, but I think covered him up well there. Good run by Ismail Sarr through the lines. There are very few players in the Premier League. Ismail Sarr, Tejani, Reinders, Cole Palmer, who sort of can make those runs. Gundogan used to make those runs wonderfully well. So they are not playing well here at all. That's a foul on Matthews Nunes. The players have not done any mistake, but it's just that the game is not going well for us. Ismail Sarr cannot be allowed to cut in. Donnarumma. Now the game is just going end to end a bit. Sharky needs to get into the attacking spaces. I just don't know why he's dropping too deep to get on the ball. There's nothing happening for us. We're finding it extremely difficult to break through this palace. And also, it's not like they're sitting back; they're defending from the front as well, which means that three attackers, at least two attackers, are always active. Excellent from Sharky, and there's a crossing option there. Matthews Nunes does well with Haaland, and there any cross is dangerous. I don't care who the defender is. Ruben Diaz. We somehow need to get through this game. We somehow need to get through this game with all the 3 points. Ah, the phase this phase of possession is good. It's a bit better. We're slowly progressing into the Palace half. Look at the defensive back line. It's slowly, inch by inch, the line is getting higher and higher. Yes, there's always the threat of counter attack with Ismail Sarr and all, but the line is just I don't know why he went for the switch. Warden. I know they want to shift the Palace defense side by side by side. That's a free kick for City. The position's well Foden territory. Certainly the position is well Foden territory there. It's a foul on Nico Gonzalez and it's certainly Phil Foden territory. Direct on goal. This could be a shot on goal. Ryan Sherky is on it. I would prefer Phil Foden to be on it, but with Ryan Sherky you probably get that element of surprise. Is Reinders the other one on it? I don't know. Foden and Sherky again. Good strike by Phil Foden, but it's offside. Ah, good strike by Phil Foden. Good save by Dean Henderson. The strike was good. It was almost curling in. Good strike, I must say, by Phil Foden. Good strike. Let's see what's happening in the other games as well. Wow, West Ham are leading Villa 2-1. What's happening there? Bowen, Matthews Fernandez and Bowen score, and it's a Mavropanos own goal. So that's interesting. Forest are leading Spurs 1-0. Wow, that's interesting again. Callum Hudson-Odoi scores. I think it's an assist for Ibrahim Sangar. Sunderland Newcastle is still 0-0. No one's making those runs. City are just not able to get through Palace here. Donnarumma needs to collect it. And yeah, I mean, Palace have got more going on in the attack than than City, to be honest. Extremely passive game. One of the most slow games this season I've seen City play. Nunez maintaining the width. Sharky needs to get up. Ryan Sharky needs to get up, and I mean this jersey as well. Whenever we have got it, this is a cursed jersey. Whenever we have sort of been in this jersey, it's not at all been good. Palace on their way. There's huge space on the right. Glad Munoz not there. Munoz is not there in that space. Ah, offside. He was offside anyway. I think Ismail Sarr was offside there. Good offside trap. Yes, he was offside. Clearly, it is not that tight. He was clearly offside anyway. He was clearly offside. Ah, almost a good ball and a good run. Not happening for City hitting the Palace players there. Perhaps got some tactical work to do in the second half. Johnny Reinders is onto the left wing, but Tyrick Mitchell. This has been one of the most slow and boring games I've seen this season. Anyway, main thing is the jersey that we're wearing, and also Jeremy Doku not being there. Absolutely no pace. It is hurting us a lot. It's a free kick, and Crystal Palace will take all their time. Jeremy Pino on the free kick. They're inventive on all of their free kicks. So City have defended it, although the danger is not over. Adam Wharton hits. I think Adam Wharton has to register with the IPL auction that is going on, because it's just hit it so sky high, but still this game same scores. Sunderland, Newcastle. I'm afraid of Crystal Palace since FA Cup final. I'm in tension. Made that FA Cup final, we should have. Dean Henderson should have got a red card. He's touched. the ball outside his area. But yeah, Selhurst Park has traditionally always been a tough fixture. Extremely long balls. This is Barclays Premier League at its absolute best. Good ball by Ryan Sherky. I think it's Bernardo Silva. Good defending there. That's a foul on Matthews Nunez by Jeremy Pino. He has to get a yellow card. Why is he speaking to the ref as well as not the captain? We need this win. Come exactly. Now, if there's a time, now is the time to cheer for the club. We need a win, yes. Especially with what Unai Emery had done last weekend, we need a win. We need a win here. This is a very, very tough fixture. We have to get over this somehow. Just wondering how. Good ball from Ryan Sherky. That good defending. Palace have been conceding so many goals. Just don't know why teams turn up. They turn up against us like prime AC Milan with Maldini, Nesta, and all of it, Barresi and everyone. City only 3 touches in the opposition box. Palace have 13. Easily the worst game of our season by far in terms of chances created and all of that. Very slow in progressing the ball. But Tijani Reinders is in. Foden's made an excellent run onto the left. We need to find him. He's maintaining the width, and they found him now. It's Bernardo Silva, to be honest, not Foden. Foden's in the box. And Haaland scores! The big man scores! What a cross that is! And Erling Haaland scores! Come on, City! What a header that is from Erling Haaland! What a cross that is into the box! Come on, City! Wow! What a cross that is into the box! Wow! Come on! What a cross that is into the box! I don't know who the player was. Was it Matthews Nunez or was it Tejani Reinders with the ball into the box? Let's see. I think it was Matthews Nunez with the ball into the box again. What a cross that is. If it's Matthews Nunez, wow. His crossing is just. Yes, it was Matthews Nunez. Wow. What a ball that is into the box. Wow. Is it Matthews Nunez or is it Trent Alexander Nunez? Wow. What a ball that is, and what a header that is from Erling Haaland. He surely improved on that. He surely improved on that. He's headed it back across the keeper. Wow. Great cross that is from Matthews Nunez. Wow. Nunez is just raking up the assists this season. Wow. Great ball that is from Matthews Nunes. Attacking wise, his defensively is good and attacking wise is brilliant. Haaland is beauty. Come City, we have led how we have led now play solid football. Come on, we need the second. We need the second and the third. Man, just remember what happened against Fulham. We need the second and we need the third as well. Erling Haaland with his goal. That too at a tough, tough stadium. Why are they just following Erling Haaland? Show me the game. Show me the game. Why are you following Erling Haaland? That's it. Yes. Nico Riley. The crossing ability of Nunez is just outstanding. Literally, wow. His crosses are just wow, superb. Outstanding crossing ability that from Matthews Nunez. I think it was Nico Gonzalez. He should have just Donnarumma as well. Donnarumma as well over there. This is going to be a long, long day here. Selhurst Park. Dean Henderson, little bit of a mistake. Can we get the second before the break? Wow. That will just be something else. Can we get the second before the break? We are looking a bit shaky in defense, to be honest. Yes, Matita is in. Donnarumma does well to get a touch on the ball. He had to get a touch on the ball there. Yes, he's got a touch on the ball there. He had to be perfect. Well done there, Reinders. There is space to run now. There's space to run. It's a 2v2 at the back. It's a 2v2 run at the back. Reinders needs to do well. Reinders does extremely well. And that's. Thought it would be a free kick, but he needs to release Haaland. And he cannot go down there in them situations. I'm sorry. Just cannot go down there in them situations. We cannot concede the goal. Just cannot concede the goal. Please, no. That is excellent there. Tijani Reinders, Ryan Sharkey. Jeremy Pino gets up knowing they are the ones who are behind and not City. Otherwise, he would have Palace would have got him a bed and would have slept there all night. Donnarumma, uh, Nunez. Palace are a bit opened up now after that goal. Ruben Diaz, Matthews Nunez. Can we get Matthews Nunez into one more crossing position like that? We have 2 more minutes to go. It's a lot of time in football. One more, once more. Can we get Nunez into the crossing position? Let's attack once more. I think Semenyo is also an excellent crosser. Rodrigo is also an excellent crosser. We need to get one of them for sure. Just imagine that combo Nunez and one of Semenyo or Rodrigo. Bernardo Silva dropping back. He's effectively in the midfield today. He's not even stepped on to the right wing at all. I don't think Bernardo Silva trying to dribble through the Palace defense would have worked out anyway. Ryan Sharkey, that is good. Can Nunez cross again? He doesn't lose the ball anyway, but now they're doubling up on Matthews Nunez, which is interesting. Yes, now we can create overloads there. That is what we want. Ah! Just think. Foden needed to have a much better touch over there. I think Palace will have one last attack. That's excellent. That's excellent work from Erling Haaland coming back and winning the ball. Wow. One last attack. One last attack. Just give it into the right wing. Yes. It's Tijani Reinders onto the right wing. And it's a City throw. And I think that should be that for this half. Since the goal, City have played well, but before the goal, the match was extremely flat. Wow. Jeremy Pino hitting the post and Erling Haaland. The header was very, very good from Erling Haaland and the cross was outstanding. The scores are all the same. Forest 1, Spurs nil, Sunderland Newcastle nil nil, West Ham 2, Aston Villa 1. I think Villa needs to win this in order to keep more pressure on Arsenal. Interesting, XG of Spurs is 0.12 and XG of Forest is 1.61. Wow, Morgan Gibbs White is the captain of Forest. I didn't know that. Bayaji, Bayaji, how are you doing? Take Bernardo off. He's knackered and running aimlessly. But then Bayaji, I think Bernardo Silva has also been taking the ball of Donnarumma and is trying to progress it through the midfield. I don't think there's another player with us who can do that, unfortunately. That's why we need to buy Elliot Anderson, we need to buy Semenyo for cover on the right wing. Look at the two situations today, the Doku situation and the Bernardo Silva situation. Bernardo Silva, I don't think at this age he can play Sunderland, Madrid and Palace. The Madrid game, okay, leave the Sunderland game, but the Madrid game would have taken a lot out of him as well. So just think there's no alternative to Bernardo Silva, to be honest. Who do you bring in place of Bernardo Silva? The answer it could not cannot be. We do not unfortunately do not have central midfield players available. Kovacic injured, Rodri injured. Reinders cannot play that role of taking the ball under pressure and progressing. Then it unfortunately has to be Phil Foden or Ryan Sharkey dropping back. Why this is we are getting exposed on counters. Let them have the ball and let them have the ball and hit on the counter. Jeremy Pino with that chance and all the problem Bayaji is they do not want to have the ball because there were some spells when we conceded possession to them and they're immediately conceding possession back to us. So as and also the point here was Palace were content for a nil-nil draw, but we had to go for the win, which means we have to be the aggressors. We have to take the ball. Otherwise, both the team will want to play. You take the ball, and ultimately it will be a nil-nil draw. Palace with Munoz injured, with Mateta, I don't know his fitness. Ismail are just coming back. Palace are we're looking for a nil-nil draw. Palace were looking for nil-nil draw. So I just think we had to be the aggressors here. Why says Doku also injured and Pep further wanted to trim the squad. Madman. I mean, Bayaji, Jeremy Doku is the difference, Bayaji. You look at the pace of this game. The pace of this game is so slow. Jeremy Doku in there. I think Jeremy Doku makes such a difference, Bayaji, because with Jeremy Doku in there, suddenly. Their right back Nathaniel Klein would have just been pinned back, which again means it or almost they would have even doubled up on Doku, which means space would have been created elsewhere because Doku is so quick. He's an excellent dribbler. It seems he has created the highest amount of chances in the Premier League. Number one is Doku 14. Number two is Sharky with 9. Interesting in the top five, City have two players. I think Jeremy Doku is a big miss. Savinho would have been useless in this game. He has pace to burn, but not at Doku's level. Savinho is Doku of 2 years ago. Savinho is where Doku was 2 years ago. And contrastingly, Doku and Savinho were of the same age. 2 years ago, Doku was 21, Savinho right now is 21. So, for me, I think Savinho, if we have to believe in him, he'll take 2 more years. Just like Doku. I mean, people, when Doku played his first season, said his Doku was erratic, Doku that cannot make a pass, Doku cannot cross well. He's not a good finisher. Look at where Doku is now. I just think you need to have the same kind of patience with Savinho. Again, you know that I have a bit of soft corner towards Savinho. I might be biased and towards him, but yeah. So I think we need a we need a Rodrigo or a Semenyo in the winter window. If you're serious about challenging for the title in the Champions League, we need one of those two, of course. I know Elliot Henderson might not be possible, Livramento might not be possible in the winter window, but we need that right winger signing. The amount of injuries that are happening this season, and the amount of injuries that will happen next season will be something else. World Cup year, I mean, people. So I just think we are not ready for the injury apocalypse that's gonna come next year. Why this is why our squad seems to paper thin. Bench also looks so weak. Anyone from first 11 gets injured and we are out of options. That's true, Bayaji. That's true. That's true. It looks paper thin. I mean, it looks paper thin because Oscar Bob and Sevino are two project players. That's the difference. They are still 21 and they need 2 more years to go into those giants, which is not the case. Almost you see 2 years ago. Not 2, 3, 4 years ago, just when we were winning all of those titles, and 2 years ago when we had Bernardo Silva on the bench. Bernardo Silva was in his prime 2, 3 years ago, but we had Bernardo Silva on the bench to play right wing. We had Raheem Sterling not so far ago, 3, 4 years ago. We we had serious talent to come off the bench. Even 2 years ago, we had Julian Alvarez to come off the bench. There's Marmoush now, of course, but clearly, yes, the bench is weak. The bench is weak. Bailey says without Benston, this first 11 will run off steam by Feb is equal to March. Semenyo Bayaji. Semenyo is the signing we need. I think once Semenyo comes in, what you can do is I think rotate Semenyo and Doku. Semenyo, Doku, Bernardo Silva, Sherky. I think you have enough options in these four and you can easily rotate. I think the signing of Semenyo and with Rodri coming back in January, and with Rodri coming back in January, which they say he will, I just think it will ease the workload on Nico Gonzalez, and hopefully if Tijani Reinders settles in, I think Reinders can provide you another option in the midfield, so there can easily be rotation in Rodri, Tijani Reinders, and Nico Gonzalez. Two can play, one can rest, or even Phil Foden. If you add into this group, you can always rest one there. So I just think it depends on how well Tejani, integrates into the squad by January. Is Rodri coming back or not? And also the injury of Kovacic is another thing. By imagine if Kovacic was fit, again the bench would look more stronger. Rodri, Kovacic, Marmoush, Aitnauri, Savinho, John Stones, not Oscar Bob, not a bad bench, not a bad bench if I'll ask you, but injuries again. JSK says utter shit game, lucky to be leading. And what Marmoush has done to be on bench every day is not common, is not The number one thing he was is injured JSK, and he's just coming back from an injury. I think one or two. It's been 2 weeks since he's been back from injury, and the second thing is Jeremy Doku has created the highest chances in the Premier League. Jeremy Doku has created the highest big chances in the Premier League, 14. So you cannot remove Jeremy Doku from the team. He's been in such great form. So where will you play Marmoush? Marmoush can only play on left, and you cannot remove Haaland. So Marmoush is literally competing against two of the best players this season in the Premier League. One is the highest chance creator in the Premier League. One is the highest goal scorer in the Premier League. It's almost like you have. I mean, I'm not comparing player for player, but it's almost like when Leroy Sané and Aguero were at their pomp. You could not have removed both of them, or when Iniesta and Messi were playing in the so Neymar, Messi, you cannot remove both of them. That's what Doku is this season to City. He's created the highest amount of chances. So where will Marmoush play? Big question mark. Where will you play Marmoush, JSK? You could argue today's game. Why cannot Marmoush play in today's game? Midfield. Midfield is the answer, JSK. That is the reason why Marmoush cannot play today. You look at Crystal Palace combination and they have fine midfield. So if you put Marmoush out on the left, Marmoush is not a player who can drop into the midfield and who can provide you numbers, take the ball and stuff. He's like Julian Alvarez. He's a proper left-sided striker who likes to cut in. So Reinders was there just to control the tempo of that midfield. Otherwise, Palace would have outnumbered us 5-3 in that midfield area. That too with Adam Wharton and his passing, you just cannot play Marmos today. Tactical reasons, not playing Marmos today. And with Doku in that form, I don't think Marmos has a chance right now. Bayaji says through Foden, Sharky Tijani in the game, and still goal came from a world class cross from Nunes. Where is chance? Where is the chance creation? Bayaji, I think when you look at the, I mean, I was disappointed with how slow the game is, but clearly, Bayaji, it's absolutely. I think you need a prime David Silva or a Kevin De Bruyne to create a chance, because you look at that middle of Palace, Reinders. Sorry, not Reinders, I'm sorry, Adam Wharton, Kamada, even Ismail Sarr is tucking in sometimes, and then you have one of the centre backs, i.e. Lacroix or someone coming in, sometimes Mateta comes back, or Pino comes back, so effectively it's a five midfield for Palace. It's impossible to get through the center. I think City's plan all around was draw Palace into the midfield, lure them into the midfield under high pressure, and then release Matthews Nunes out wide. Because Nunes is 1v1 against Michel, he can escape and hit the cross. And if the double against Matthews Nunes, because you have seen after the goal, when Matthews Nunes was being doubled upon, because Palace noticed how good his cross is, suddenly there was wide open space in the middle. Reinders with a great run in the middle. You've seen Sharky in that 5-10 minutes after the goal. Sharky doing his things. Foden carrying the ball a bit in the middle. Space was in the middle. I think until that goal, there was no space in the middle at all. It was too congested by Ajay. It was absolutely congested. You literally had KE, Lacroix, Richards. And then you had Adam Wharton, sometimes Mateta, Jeremy Pino, and Ismail Sarr and Kamada. So it is almost you were in a six by six box. It was man to man in the midfield almost. It was impossible in the midfield to get the ball through. I think chance creation through the midfield was impossible. We needed to create chances today through the right flank. Out wide, cross in. Out wide, double up on the flank and cross in. That's why you see when the ball went out wide for Nunes cross, Palace did not commit many players. They still believed City will try to create the chance through the middle. But the cross from Nunez was world class. What? He's already had 4 assists this season. He's already had 4 assists this season. That is world class. In terms of the chance creation he's doing, he still has to improve defensively and all. But that cross was world class, mate. That cross was outstanding, and I'm surprised with that kind of a delivery. Why is Matthews Nunes not taking set pieces? Why is Matthews Nunes not taking corners? If you can deliver those crosses, it's the fourth time, if I'm not wrong. He's delivered that cross for a goal. Why is he not delivering set pieces? I cannot understand. Biologists can't rely on Rodri fitness anymore, and Kova won't be back until April. I think I have already written both of them off for the season. Time to send backups in the winter. Semenyo, Elite Anderson will be difficult, Bayaji, but what a season this could be for Nico Gonzalez if he stays fit. That is, Biologists poor Nikoji on his own in the midfield without any rest. And look at the players he's competing against. In Sunderland, he was competing against Shaka, Sadiki, Enzo Liffey. Great work rate there. And that Sunderland midfield. He's competed against Suamini, Jude Bellingham in midweek and won that battle. And right now he's competing against Adam Wharton. Literally, Shaka's been in the top five central midfielders in the league this season. Bellingham is in the top five, obviously, in the world. And Adam Wharton is again in the top five in the Premier League. Just look at it. Whom he's competing against. Wow. And he's single-handedly winning it. Wow. Nico Gonzalez is just doing such a good job. JSK just we need right wing over Semenyo. Can't stand Savio. Again, JSK, I just think that Savio is now where Jeremy Doku was 2 years back. So you need to give him 2 more years, but then again, I don't know. We'll review it at the end of the season. JSK says, should we sign Chiesa from Liverpool? He's being wasted anyway. Don't want Chiesa again. Semenyo is a much better. But and when you have the chance to sign Semenyo or Rodrigo, I would not go near Chiesa. Vaidya says off the game. What was Donna thinking coming out like a lunatic on that 80th minute corner? This season, Vayaji Donnarumma had made some strange decisions. Donnarumma had made some absolutely strange decisions. I just I just don't know. I mean, against Sunderland as well. Against Sunderland, yes, it was Ruben Diaz. I'm sorry, but Donnarumma has done those few mistakes. Not just the 80th minute corner. I think there are a few other games this season where he's done a bit of mistakes. There was a game where he just gave the ball away directly to the opponent player. But I just think I'm just thinking that as he settles into the club, those small errors will go away. And also I think Pep is working on him playing with the feet. So and he's become better with the feet anyway. So I just think that's a consequence of Pep teaching him more on how to use his feet. But again, it's going to be a long day, Bayaji. It's going to be an it's going to be an absolutely long day. I think JSK. I think Bayaji is talking about the Real Madrid game. If I'm not wrong. Because there was an instance like that on the Real Madrid game. Baije will clarify it was exactly a Real Madrid game he was talking about in that Madrid game. And Madrid had chances in the second half, to be honest. It still baffles me, Bayaji, that why doesn't Matthews Nunes take set pieces when his delivery is so good? What do you think about Matthews Nunes taking set pieces? Because shit, Palace on the counter attack. It's a 3v3 at the back. It's a 3v3 at the back. It's Jeremy Pino against Nico Riley. Nico Riley one on one against Jeremy Pino. Foden's now back. We weren't at our best by just over Madrid. Honestly, I think the first 15 minutes was an absolute massacre in that Madrid game. They were playing long balls. We were not able to gauge the pace of Vinny Jr. and Rodrigo. Good defending that. Chris Richards. Excellent work from Nico Riley there. Ah! Adam Wharton with the shot. Nico Gonzalez is a lucky man there. Nico Gonzalez is absolutely a lucky man there. Look at Adam Wharton with that strike. Nico Gonzalez cannot do that mistake. He is an absolutely lucky man there, Nico Gonzalez. Adam Wharton just cannot, he just cannot do that mistake. Donnarumma did not have that covered, I'm sorry. The ball was going in. The ball was going in. Nico Gonzalez is a lucky man. City need to get the second, I'm sorry. Again, this the start to this half is abysmal. It's not been good. Phil Ford, sorry, Erling Haaland as well. Johnny Reinders, Nico Riley, Phil Foden. Nico Riley has space. Foden's made that one. He needs to return the ball to Foden. Look at that midfield. It's almost five in the midfield. They are getting outnumbered in the midfield. Maybe Pep has done some tactical change. I don't know. Not a good ball that one. I don't know who he was aiming at. Ruben Diaz. Just don't know. Nico Riley does well there to get back. Wow, Ismail Sarr was through. Ismail Sarr was through over there. Look at that pass, long pass in there. I think to Jeremy Pino and Ismail Sarr was, that is excellent defending by combination of Nico Riley and Guardiola because O'Reilly realized Sarr needs to cut in to have a chance and just waited for him to cut in and then tackled and got the ball. Ah, Foden just cannot lose the ball there. There was a counter attack on. I just don't know how he lost the ball. Donnarumma there with a nice and easy catch. Was worried for a moment, but there needs to be a huge switch in here. Can he switch? I don't think they'll take a chance with that, but we are not comfortable here. Palace are creating chances on every counter attack. Almost a great ball. That's a penalty. It's not a penalty, but I don't know what happened there. Vijani Reinders. That's a great position there for Tijani Reinders. Is getting into them very good positions. You ideally want maybe Phil Foden in there because Foden is excellent in receiving at that half space. Is much better than Tijani Reinders, anyways. I think if it was Foden there, that would have been the second goal for City because I know Richards was there, but Foden is outstanding in that regard. I don't know why Phil Foden's giving the ball away. This is the second time he's done that anyway. Let us see if there have been any early goals in those games. Wow. It's 2-2 at West Ham Villa. Morgan Rogers scores. Wow. It's 1-0. Sunderland Newcastle. Nick Woltemade scores an own goal. Hudson Odoi scores twice. Ibrahima Sangare 2 assists. Wow. That's a free kick to City. That's a free kick to City. City, the ref, I didn't see it, but it seems the ref gave an advantage, but there was no advantage. But the position Reinders got in early on, I just think if Foden would have gotten that was bang. Adam Gordon, Nico Gonzalez, you might be seeing two of the future midfield greats. Pep and Oliver Glasner talking with each other. Look at that. But Oliver Glasner's done a great job in general at Palace anyway. So you need to be careful of the Palace counter attacks. I think he needed to pass it to Erling Haaland for a tap in. I think it was Reinders who's gone for goal there. Just think he needed to pass it to Erling Haaland for a tap in. Reinders making those moves, which he was always known for in the Serie A. Nunez is doing very well at the right back position. Nunez is playing with a lot of swagger. Nunez and Nico Riley, both of them. But we need to get Reinders into them positions. It's been outstanding with the runs and that finish. I think he needs to get one of those finishes right there, Tajani Reinders. Was being given that coveted position ahead of Foden, so that was a risk from Bernardo Silva to enter there with the ball. He needed to pass it. Ryan Cherky has done absolutely well to get away from his marker. Nico Royal gets onto it. That's a great pass from Ryan Sherky. The vision's outstanding to spot the player on his left hand side. I don't know who he is, but yeah, Phil Foden. This is the consequence of Doku not being there, Foden having to drop back and all of that. That's a bad pass from your Guardiola. Erling City are opened up. Just don't know why is Adam Watkins just lifted it up, but you cannot have seen Bernardo Silva trying to enter into that midfield. You're not a Kovacic mate. And now Ruben Diaz. Nunez does very well initially, to be honest, and then it's found Adam Burton. Nunez does what he could. That was a lucky bounce, but Nunez did whatever he could ideally. Look at this from Tijani Reinders. Could he have played Erling Haaland in? I think he could have probably played Erling Haaland in. But when you're running like that, someone like Tijani Reinders, I think you good defending there, very good defending there. What are the scores in the other games? 2-0, 1-0, 2-0 to Forest against Spurs, and 1-0 to Sunderland against Newcastle. City are not able to contact Reinders with regularity. I think this is the game which you need someone like Elliot Anderson. His creative, his work rate superb. It's almost like you're getting a Bernardo Silva in his absolute prime. Wonderful anticipation that from Nico Riley. That's excellent there, Matthews Nunez. That's a free kick to City. That's wonderful there from Matthews Nunez and Ryan Sharkey. I mean, the combination just seems to be superb over there. So on City's right hand side, Matthews Nunez, Ryan Sharkey. On City's left hand side, O'Reilly and Doku was always very, very good. Though Doku is not playing today. Mateta has been taken off and Eddie Nketiah has come on, and Eddie Nketiah also makes some good runs, so he's a threat as well. It's just the 63rd minute and we're just one goal up, so anything can happen. I think we can groom Matthews Nunes for those corners at least. It's a Palace free kick. Probably was a foul, just about. I think Kamada's got his hamstring done over there. Igor Thiago 11 goals, 80, Ekitike, Mateta, Welbeck are all on 7 goals and Erling Haaland has 16 goals. Wow, Will Hughes is coming on as well. Palace are preparing for some substitutions here. Kamada is off. Will Hughes is coming on. I think Ismail Sarr also might be off. Kamada is off. Will Hughes is coming on. Dean Anderson with the goal kick. I mean, free kick. No, he's not. Gay with the free kick there and need to be careful here. I think Ismail Sarr is the striker now. He's a bit more quicker than Gay against Haaland again. That will be fantastic. It is a fantastic matchup. It was Richards who kicked Reinders ideally, but referee's given the free kick in favor of Crystal Palace. So Erling Haaland as well. And City score again! It's 2-0! Wow! Phil Foden scores! Ryan Sharkey assists and Phil Foden scores! What a strike that is from Phil Foden! Come on, City! Woo! What at that run of Ryan Sharkey over there. The run of Ryan Sharkey there was absolutely outstanding. Wow, he's just split through that Palace defense. Just look at it. Just look at that run of Ryan Sharkey. Good ball. Fantastic the way he's won the ball, Matthews Nunes, and just look at Ryan Sharkey. Wow. And look at Phil Foden. That too was it on his weak foot. I don't know, but just look at Ryan Sharkey. Wow. No, it is on his stronger left foot. And what a goal that is. Wow, from Phil Foden. He's found the corner there. Is almost, I mean, not the exact corner, but then Dean Henderson could not take a side. And look at Phil Foden with that strike. Wonderful strike. Wow. Phil Foden. Wow. And Ryan Sharkey with yet another assist. That's his sixth assist of the season, I think. Number 6 from Ryan Sharkey. Wow. Woo! It's not even halfway and his 6 assists. The record is 20 assists in a Premier League season. Thierry Henry plus Kevin De Bruyne. Wow. 10 more, 10 minutes, no goal. Come on. Let's play like that. 10 minutes, no goal. Phil Foden's done extremely well. Again, Ryan Sharkey. And again, look at it. Tijani Reinders, in fact, not Phil Foden. Tijani Reinders give and go with Ryan Sharkey. Sharkey can find you anywhere, literally. That's Ryan Sharkey is just playing with finesse, but with a bit of finesse. But again, 70th minute. Let's play the game as if it's just 1-0. Guys, let's play the game as if it's 1-0. Erling Haaland. Bernardo Silva has quietly been the midfield tempo controller. Ah, they're just crowding out Adam Wharton now, to be honest. That's a throw in for Crystal Palace. They're just crowding out Adam Wharton. Now, I think City's line can just go a little bit more back right now. Donnarumma, catch the ball, waste some time, catch the ball, yes. Until 85 minutes, let us try to keep a clean sheet and we'll just play as if we are just 1-0 up, that's it. 85 minutes is the timeline. It's a challenge for City, let's see. Can they live up to my challenge? Unfortunately, we have given the ball away and that is a good defensive. We can we cannot concede a goal now. I'm sorry. This is Selhurst Park. It will be rocking. Erling Haaland. Just Haaland and Lacroix. Wow, that's a throw in for City. Could we have someone? I think Nico Riley can do those long throws. It's a goal kick for Palace. Let's check. It's the same thing 2-0, 1-0, 2-2. Villar looking for a winner over there. Eddie and Ketia with a poor touch, and City have another throw in. I've started the challenge on the 70th minute. The challenge is not to concede a goal till the 85th minute. A bad place to concede a throw in as well. It's another throw in for City. If I'm not wrong, it's Romain Eze who's being ruddied there by Oliver Glasner. Ryan Cherky, Ruben Diaz. 5 minutes up since we have started our challenge, and I don't want done with the ball. We need to be careful in these sort of situations. Nico Riley does very well, but Chris Richards is very impressive. He's just so underrated, but he's easily in the top 10 defenders in the league for sure. He's so good. That's a foul. That's a foul on Ryan Cherky. Ryan Cherky and Bernardo Silva are the ultimate tempo controllers of the game. I just can't imagine if there was Ryan Cherky and David Silva playing at the same time. What would people do? That was a clear foul on Ryan Cherky there. Nathaniel Klein is off. I think it's Romain Eze, if I'm not wrong. No, it's Usher. Usher who's on. I think City need to play it short. We do not want any surprise counter attacks. Yeah, that was the risk of going for the direct free kick there. Just need to keep the ball a bit, draw Palace forward, and then try to play through them. Ryan Cherky. I mean, I'm afraid of Ruben Diaz. He sometimes just makes the erratic pass like he did against Sunderland and almost gifted William Isidore the goal. So Donnarumma did it as well. That's what I was want to tell Bayaji. Donnarumma did it as well. That ball was just behind Matthews Nunez. Nico Riley, the space in front of Nico Riley. He can run with the ball, Nico. Run with the ball. His crossing ability is excellent as well, Nico Riley. Foden did an almighty mess of that, to be honest. Guardiola does well, but Foden did an almighty mess of that. That is the last thing you could do over there. Though Guardiola does well to mop the shit of Foden up, but that was not good from Phil Foden, to be honest. Chris Richards. They're playing some good 1-2s in the midfield. Break it up. Foul the player, break it up. That's great defending from City there. That's fantastic defending from City. Anything could have happened there. Ah, Nico Riley, just look at it. Excellent defending. Yes, it's a corner now, but it's a corner for Palace now. Need to be very careful. Please defend this corner. Well, it's 11 minutes since I made the challenge of maintaining the clean sheet and playing like it's 1-0. It's been 11 minutes. I made the challenge on the 70th minute and now it's 81 minutes. 4 more minutes to go, guys. Only 4 more minutes to go. Maintain your clean sheet. Well defended. The corner was extremely well defended there. Ryan Cherki running. Ah! It's a throw in again from Palace. Haaland with the miss kick there, but it's a long throw in. That's the problem. It's a long throw in. What has Erling Haaland done here? It's a bloody long throw in. Nico Riley has done very. Again losing the ball. Just cannot clear it, please. Clear it, clear it. That's a throw in. He's given a Palace throw in again. Wow. Let's see what's happening in the other games. Wow, Forest 3-0 Tottenham. This time it's Ibrahima Sangare. Wow, and assist by Callum Hudson-Odoi. Wow. Aston Villa have completed the comeback. Morgan Rogers, 2 goals. Wow. Villa have completed the comeback. Wow. But Forest are absolutely destroying Spurs here. Donnarumma does well with the save. But it's another corner. Just because Cherki got another assist. It's an absolutely tense game. JSK, wow, it's so tense. It's absolutely tense. We have to defend this corner well, JSK. We have to defend this corner well. Please, all the powers, be it the bottle power and everything, please. Donnarumma does extremely well there. Donnarumma does beautifully there. Ryan Sherky. That is absolutely wonderful there by Ryan. But I don't know, it's a foul. But anyway, it's done well. But Donnarumma with that punch, outstanding punch from Donnarumma. That is now announcing the crowd favorite Savinho in place of Reinders. Reinders played well. His runs were good. If he can just get that finishing, I think he is another Gundogan in terms of the goal scoring things. Midfield, he has got a lot to improve because Gundogan is one of the legendary midfielders to play in the Premier League in that position. Box to box, you can equate Gundogan to people like Yaya Toure and stuff. Gundogan's just outstanding. JSK says we took our chances, they didn't. That's the difference. They didn't get a chance in the second half, JSK, to be honest. They didn't get a chance in second. I will talk about it. We'll talk about it at the end. Just look at the Spurs Forest game, JSK. Ruben Diaz does well with the throw. With the defensive player. It's 85 minutes gone. My 15-minute challenge, no concession of goal, has been completed. Now let's do it for 90 minutes and then we'll see. I think there'll be a huge chunk of added time anyways. So the match is far from over here. The match is far from over, to be honest. But the punch from Donnarumma from the corner was outstanding. These long throw-ins. Good clearance again. It's just scrappy now. It's extremely scrappy now. JSK says, by the way, never thought Liverpool would do a big fuck up by hijacking words. He would have fit into our system, JSK. He would have absolutely fit into our system. But there are two things to remember here. I'm very happy we did not get words. Though before the season, I was like telling, yes, words could be the replacement to De Bruyne. Another thing is, words occupies the same spaces as Phil Foden. So we already have a player like Words and Phil Foden who we have from free because of the academy. So there was no point in signing. It's again a long throw in, and that's again well defended by Ruben Diaz. I thought Donnarumma could have caught it ideally, but I don't know. Good defending again. And look at that, Savinho with the run. Savinho is running through. Savinho is running through. Can he finish? That's a penalty. Savinho has got us a penalty. Savinho has got us a penalty. Savinho has got us a penalty. Wow! Just what a run there by Savinho. Wow! What a run that is by Savinho. Wow! Savinho has got us a penalty. Wow! Just look at that run by Savinho. Wow! Just look at it. He's just barged through the bodies and he just ran. But anyway, you would back a player to finish it. But anyway, I think it was a clear penalty. It was a clear penalty. Dean Henderson just brought him down. It was a clear penalty there. Look at Savinho over there. Wow. This might be the turning point in his City career. This thing. And Erling Haaland. Oh, Erling Haaland. Just do not miss this penalty. Oh, Erling Haaland. Because I will get negative points in fantasy and also. Ah. Come on, Erling Haaland. Come on, Earl. Big Earl. Wow. Could it be another brace at Selhurst Park to just finish the game off? Finish the game off. Last five penalties. Wow, he's missed two and he scored three. Wow. But he scored at the Bernabeu, so that would give him a lot of confidence. If he can score a penalty at the Bernabeu, you can score a penalty at San Siro, there are some stadiums. If you can score a penalty at Anfield, do anything. But he has got a new technique where he just stops a bit and then goes. Let's see, can he do it? Can he do it? I'm ready with the bottle. Oh, the bottle power. And he's done it! This was put it in! Erling Haaland! Wow! 3-0! Selhurst Park! Cheers to that, you Mikel Arteta and Arsenal! Wow! 3-0! Wow! That was Selhurst Park! This was supposed to be one of our toughest games of the season. Look at what we have done! Wow! What a week this has been! Oh, Sunderland 3-0, Bernabeu 2-1, Selhurst Park 3-0. Wow! Superb that, and look at Haaland's new penalty technique, the stopping and hitting. Wow, just look at that, a little bit of a stop, and he's hitting that. He just changed his penalty technique there, Erling Haaland. Wow, it's not a gush of blood, it's almost thinking with the mind now. Come on, City! Woo! Woo! 3-0. Wow. Wow, this was absolutely tense. Look at the games. Sunderland 1-0 Newcastle. Oh wow. Forest 3 Spurs nil. Of course, City 3 Palace nil. Villa 3 West Ham 2. Wow. What a week we are having. Aston Villa 2-0 down to 3-2. That would give them so much more confidence. But that one there from Savinho, he just bars through the bodies. That positive run, outstanding. That is Omar Marmoush comes on. Ryan Nauri comes on. And to be fair, JSK, Omar Marmoush came on even at the Bernabeu, if I'm not wrong, after 70 minutes. Enrico Lewis comes on. Wow. For me, Rico Lewis is almost a James Milner kind of a player. I'll not be surprised if he will rack up, you know, uh, one of the like Gareth Barry, one of the highest amount of appearances or so. But wow, Haaland, and it's a long 1 week rest. I don't think he starts Haaland in the Carabao Cup match at midweek. Honestly, keep the clean sheet now. Keep the clean sheet. It's +5. Keep the clean sheet. That's all. Can Savinho play that ball? I think Savinho could have done much better there. That's a free kick for City, and I think Palace no. JSK says Swaka, I missed the pen, but JSK before the pen, did you see the run which Savinho made? He just burst through from that corner. Outstanding run, I must say. Outstanding run for all the slack he's been getting. Outstanding run, that is. The play from Savinho to get the penalty was outstanding. Do you see the run, JSK? The run's been just outstanding. JSK says pen should have been given to Foden, but why? He's not on a hat trick or something, right? He's not on a hat trick or something, and Haaland is the one who's competing for the golden boot anyway. There's a pass on to the extreme left. I think there's no need to keep it in the corner right now because we are anyway 3 goals up. Palace also know the game's done. But the finish from Foden was very good. I think that is the goal that literally gave us breathing space because 1-0 Selhurst Park, it's nothing. But you know that 2-1 victory from Real Madrid on Real Madrid at the Bernabeu, you could say many things. Madrid are not at their best and all. Not at the best and all, but that 2-1 victory at Bernabeu, it literally gave us confidence in our defense because holding on for 25-30 minutes at the Bernabeu is not an easy feat. Yes, Bellingham had chances and stuff, but yeah. Bayaji says we were lucky, but so were Arsenal last night against the worst team in the league. Keep the pressure on. Come on, City. Bayaji, I think the first half, yes, Palace had chances. Pino hit the bar and stuff, one or two chances. But exactly by Ajay, like you pointed out in your second comment, such a clinical, emphatic second half by City, unlike previous games. Exactly, the first half was not good. Palace had chances, but then from the 35th minute, since we got the goal, we were by far the better team by Ajay. Our XG tells you that, everything tells you that. Palace did not have a sniff. Yes, Palace had some chances in the box in the second half as well, but then that is football. Opponent will have those bounces of the ball in the box, long throw-ins, the corners. There was no clear chance. There was absolutely no clear chance in the second half for Palace. Zero clear chances. There was not a chance where Sar or Mateta ran through on goal or something like that. There was absolutely nothing. There's nothing for Palace in the second half. And also, Bayaji, I think the first half, tactically Pep got it wrong. I'm sorry, tactically Pep got it wrong in the first half. Clearly, he changed something in the second half. Tactically, in the first half, we were getting outnumbered in the midfield and all of those things. Nunez bailed us out with a world class cross, but tactically, Pep changed it in the second half. Because in the first half, I felt the players played okay generally, but tactically, it was not working out. That was my feeling in the first half. It was not someone was having a shit game. Everyone played well. I mean, well, whatever they could, they did it. But clearly, we were getting outnumbered, and Wharton was finding so much space. And if you get it tactically wrong in this sort of games, and you give Adam Wharton that kind of a space in midfield, I think he's going to hurt you with his passing. The pass to Jeremy Pino was from Adam Wharton. Adam Wharton was finding so much time to put those balls in. And in the second half, I don't think Adam Wharton had a sniff. We sussed out Adam Wharton very well. Adam Wharton did not have the chance to dictate the tempo. Tactically, Pep got it wrong, I'm sorry, in the first half. JSK says, I'm worried when Haaland takes it. He misses a lot recently. He's changed. JSK has changed his penalty taking style. He comes up to the ball, he stutters a bit, he pauses a bit. I'll use that word. He pauses a bit and then he finds the corner. This is not the old Erling Haaland style. And I remember Yaya Toure telling once that this is the best way to take a penalty. He told Mario Balotelli is the best penalty taker I've seen. And Yaya Toure himself was one of the Premier League's greatest penalty takers. And he even has that record which Cole Palmer broke, 15 games without missing a pen. And the best penalty takers in this league, all stutter and they take that penalty. They pause and that penalty. It's 3-0 like Selhurst Park. The Blue Sharks are coming. The Blue Sharks, they're on the hunt. Like Bayaji pointed out, yes, what a game, what a game this is for City. Not an easy place to go, not an easy place definitely to score 3 goals, especially the front three of Mateta, Ismail Sarr, Jeremy Pino. Okay, even if you take Jeremy Pino, Ismail Sarr, Mateta, Adam Wharton with that passing, in your front five have these three players. Not an easy place to defend against, especially we were defending high and defending a bit of a high line. And yeah, we sussed out Wharton well in the second half, if you ask me. JS, we weren't in worse condition when we beat us 3-1. And it would have been 4-1 if Courtois wasn't there. Exactly, JSK. Why this is, I think Bernardo coming deep in the second half worked well as he was around Haaland in the first. Exactly, Baji. That is the thing. Bernardo coming deep meant Adam Wharton did not have time on the ball. Adam Wharton were Adam Wharton played. I mean, in the first half, it was almost giving Andrea Pirlo time. That is the thing that can happen. And even if I think Jeremy Pino's goal would have gone in, I think Pep would have changed it tactically, and we would have won clearly. Maybe not by 3 goals, but by 2 goals and stuff. City were always going to score in this fixture, I think. When was the last time City did not score in a game this season? Can you remember? I can't remember a game which we did not score. Spurs was the only game, and that too we had an XG of 4. Spurs had an XG of 1. Yeah, Bayaji, exactly. Balotelli and Yaya were the best takers, and that Jeremy Pino chance as well. Nico O'Reilly, we played the offside trap very well. Nico O'Reilly was playing everyone on. That was another thing. So, but first half, City were good. Pep was wrong. Tactically, he got it wrong. The players were good, but again, Matthews Nunez. What do you guys think, Bayaji and JSK, about Matthews Nunez? Because I think right now we have to accept he might have a bit of his defensive flaws, though they are not clearing, but his crosses as well. And that too, if you look at that cross by Ajay, that cross was not a traditional, fullback cross where a fullback just overlaps completely and then he crosses. It was almost like he was sort of in a 45 degrees position, and almost, dare I say, Kevin De Bruyne, he sort of stands in those quarterback positions and he just puts it in. Almost, Nunez was almost in a quarterback position and he put the ball in. That cross from Nunez, just see it again and again. That is one of really, really good crosses. Interesting. Forest 3, Spurs nil, Sunderland 1, Newcastle nil. In my fantasy team, I have Murillo from Nottingham Forest, Ballard from Sunderland. I also have Lewis Hall and I'll also have Lewis Hall and Anthony Gordon, but then I'll take it 2 clean sheets. Anyways, yeah, like Baji said, Balotelli and Yaya Toure were the best takers. The first half was all on Pep Guardiola and this thing. The City team is just giving it all. But Foden's second goal was the most important one, and the way Ryan Cherki operates in those half spaces. Palace were not able to touch him in those spaces. By this is Nunez has the best cross, always pinpoint, even when it's right at left wing. Exactly, he got 2 or 3 assists. I think there were 5 games. He got 3 assists left wing. His crosses are, and also it's not your usual fullback crosses. He can almost cross as a quarterback. He just, it makes me wonder, Bayaji, why is Matthews Nunez not taking corners for us? Why is Matthews Nunes not taking corners for us? It absolutely makes me wonder, why is Matthews Nunes not taking corners for us? But yeah, again, this has to be one of Pep Guardiola's greatest iterations. After what he has done to Eric Abidal, midfield left back, and then he's done it to Philip Lam. I think right back to midfield. This has to be Kimmich, the same thing, and this has to be one of his very big iterations. Taking a player like Matthews Nunes and putting him onto the right back position, and what, 5 assists Matthews Nunes already? Wow. And just imagine you get a proper right winger there with someone like a Semenyo or even Rodrigo. Both of them will be unplayable because you just cannot because you just cannot develop on both of them, right? Right now, there's our attacking player on the right wing cannot. Is mostly Bernardo Silva because Sharky mostly sits on the inside. Bernardo Silva does not have the best cross in the world. In his prime, he probably his crossing was better, but right now he does not have the best cross in the world. Just imagine Rodrigo and Matthews Nunes on that side. Just imagine Rodrigo and Matthews Nunes on that side. That will just be something else. How do you even stop them? Bayadi says yes, his crosses are like from standing position and not running like a natural right back. It's an outstanding pivot by Aji for everyone who says Pep Guardiola is a checkbook manager and without the checkbook he cannot do anything. Just look at Arne Slot, $500 million and they're playing shit. Arne Slot is absolutely playing shit with $500 million. He's done nothing. Mikel Arteta spent $1 billion over 7 years. What has he done? Or rather, £1 billion over 7 years. What has he done? Or rather, 6 years. What has he done? What has he absolutely done? Matthews Nunes, right midfielder to right back after bringing him for 60 million. Wow, and also by just look at again. I'm telling, just look at how destiny works. Just just look at how destiny works. If Lucas Paqueta was not involved in that betting scandal, which is cleared off now, I'll have to quote, he's cleared off it now. But at that time when we bid 100 million for him and it was everything done, we would have got Paqueta now and we would never have signed Nunez because that deal didn't happen. What happened was we got Matthews Nunez for 50 60 million, I don't know, around about that price, and we've got a wonderful right back. Even if we sign Livramento for Champions League games or something like that, I think Nunez for me plays in the majority of Premier League games because majority of our opponents will sit back and you need crosses like this. I don't think Livramento can cross like this. I don't think Cusano can cross like this. How many crossers are there? How many crossers are there, Bayaji, in the entire Premier League who can, at the full back position, who can put crosses like Matheus Nunes? Trent was some, I think Trent's crossing is somewhere else, something else. Reece James probably can do it. That's all. I don't think Arsenal fullbacks can cross like this. Wow. Just look at how Destiny's played out. And also look at how Destiny's played out in the Florian Wirtz saga. If you would have signed a Florian Wirtz, if Florian Wirtz would have played for us, would do you think Phil Foden would have had his position back? Because Phil Foden at the start of the season was not in good form. Would he have his position back? Because Phil Foden and Wirtz occupy the same positions. Lot of conundrum. Like Destiny is having it. We got Ryan Cherky, the most two-footed player ever in Europe and in the world football as well. And Sharky can play everywhere. And Sharky formed an excellent bond. Destiny, Bayaji, destiny. Every time this club has missed a big transfer, and we have told her why have we missed that big transfer? Destiny has just helped us. Destiny has just helped us in there. Same thing, Harry Maguire, Ruben Diaz. We avoided Alexis Sanchez. We got Rodri instead of a Fred or even a Jorginho. Wow, I just with this club, I think destiny is just superb. Next six fixtures for us: West Ham home, Nottingham Forest away, Sunderland away. Sunderland away will be difficult, but they have a lot of players going to AFCON, so I don't know. But this is at least Savio got us that pen. He put it on a plate versus Madrid, but Omar wasn't there, and Haaland hit the post versus Fulham. Savio is getting better by LG. Yes, yes, it's fair for people to go in on him and all, and I have a bit of a soft corner, like you all know, towards Savio. But my argument is Savio is here where Doku was 2 years ago. Doku 2 years ago was useless, literally useless. So I think give Savinho time and he can do this. And Savinho, honestly, the after that Fulham game where he after that Fulham game where he made a bit of that mistake, I think Bernabeu Savinho was absolutely excellent. Omar Marmoush should have finished it. Here he got the pen. He was absolutely excellent and he got a fantasy assist. Savio. So Savio is getting better and Savio is the deal. If Savio is not the deal, City won't let him stay for say 80 million pounds. When Spurs give you 80 million pounds, you sell Savio, get Rodrigo or Semenyo or any other winger in the world pretty much for 80 million done. So if for 80 million, two of the most powerful figures in the club, namely Ferran Soriano and Pep Guardiola, are fighting for a player and telling we will resign if we let this player go. I think they will see they must have seen something in him. Otherwise, it's the same with Nunez. We all cut Pep Guardiola slack with Matheus Nunez and told him why Pep Guardiola why did they buy Matheus Nunez? Look at the cross he's putting in today. He is the best crossing right back in the Premier League today. There's no two things about it. Just look at the cross today. It's not even your natural right back cross. It's a quarterback cross. It's the crosses, dare I say, Kevin De Bruyne used to put. That is a very difficult cross today. And it's not easy to beat Lacroix, Chris Richards and Gay in air with a header. Haaland was in between Gay, Lacroix and Chris Richards. Three of the best, you know, defenders in the air in the Premier League. Just look at their expected goals allowed when they're defending aerially. That's one of the best defenders aerially. Gay, Lacroix, and Richards, and Haaland gets a goal. The cross is outstanding. It was put on a sixpence. If I would have had a sixpence there between Gay, Lacroix, and Richards, the ball would fall on that sixpence. Wow. So that's why give Savio a chance. That's it. Give Savio. I request all the fans to let Savio develop. I think in 1 or 2 years, I know 2 years is a long time in football, but look at what Doku has become. Savio will become at least on the level of Doku, if not more. Why Jesus Lampard at Chelsea spent 300 million plus in the winter window and was sacked. Maresca spent what, close to a billion, and there's nothing. Rather, Chelsea have spent close to a billion in the 2 seasons. Maresca was there, and Graham Potter for a bit, I think. And Graham Potter and all, and clearly Chelsea is nowhere even winning the top four, and they're nowhere even finishing the top eight in the Champions League and being in the top four. So money is spent. It's a myth. It's a myth that money is spent. Money spent definitely helps, but money spent equals to Premier League success. Means Arteta should have won a lot of titles. Arne Slot this season it should not be on the brink of the sack. Manchester United have spent so much money. Why have they sacked Ten Hag and also it's all on the manager. It's all on the manager. Condiness here. Condiness is just worried about O'Reilly getting knackered. Too many minutes. Atnaur is going for the AFCONs as well. I just think Condiness when you're playing well and when the team is playing well, I just think you don't get knackered. I think Gary Neville on his podcast once said, I think it was 2 years ago in the title race when he was 1 year ago rather, I think 2 years ago actually when he was asked how in the title race can you play every 3 days won't the players get knackered? He said when you're in a winning streak and you're part of a team that is winning match after match, your recovery is somehow faster. You have that adrenaline pumping in you. Every morning you want to get up and go to training because the atmosphere is so good, because you're winning so many games. There's a positive attitude around the club. You're a title race. You don't even sleep well at night because that adrenaline is always pumping in you. You don't run naked. That's what he said. It's when the team's not playing well, that is when, and if you're playing too much, that is when you might run knackered. That's what he said. And O'Reilly, 19 years of age, I think he can manage. I think he can manage. And right now, he'll come back from Afghan. I think Carabao Cup he'll be given. I think this week will be off for a lot of these regular players. Why this is we are Rodri away from winning PL this season. Once he comes back, he must not get injured. His mere presence will be massive, and just imagine Bayaji, if Rodri was available today, Pep clearly would have put Rodri and Nico Gonzalez in that pivot, because Rodri can do what Tejani Ryan does, except those late runs. Rodri can do most of the things. He has got a look good long shot and everything. I just think that uh, today, tactically in the first half, Pep really needed someone like a Rodri, a second body to Nico Gonzalez to manage to actually manage that, and we didn't have it. Bernardo Silva thankfully helped, but we need that second pivot by Aji. Like you said, we need that second pivot. We are Rodri away. Yes, exactly. Just imagine by Aji. Just imagine a scenario that Rodri comes back and we go on and sign Semenyo or a Rodrigo from Real Madrid in the winter window. Arteta's stress meter will just go up. Imagine a Rodri and Semenyo on the right wing, and also we must not forget Rodri's long range passes. Rodri's switch of plays outstanding. Just imagine Doku on one side, Semenyo on the other side, stretching the pitch. Semenyo is an excellent crosser as well, and Rodrigo both are excellent crossers. Them getting the ball and switching it in, wow, that will just be too much. That will just be outstanding. But anyway, a great game. I mean, mentally, these two wins, which City won at Palace, a difficult fixture 3-0, and also Aston Villa mainly coming back from 2-0 down to winning 3-2. That will break Arsenal. That will break Arsenal mentally. I mean, we must not get ahead of ourselves, but I really think this title race is on. Really think this title race is on. So, but if yesterday Arsenal might not have dropped points, but they surely have dropped that confidence. They surely have dropped that confidence. That too at Emirates at home, yes, they have dropped that confidence. And we have done this at Selhurst Park without Jeremy Doku. That's another thing. But I'm quite intrigued by what Baiji says, how did we let Morgan Rogers leave? Baiji, the almighty question is, the bigger question to this is, people ask me, a lot of my friends or fans of other clubs ask me, how did you let Cole Palmer leave? How did you let Morgan Rogers leave? I think the answer to that is, when Morgan Rogers and Cole Palmer were ready to play, Palmer was 2 years ago, 3 years ago, right? 3 years ago. 3 years ago, our midfield was Ilkay Gundogan, Rodri. Kevin De Bruyne. All the three of them were at their prime. Kevin De Bruyne was the best attacking midfielder in the world. Rodri, the best DM in the world. Gundogan, the best box-to-box midfielder in the world. I mean, there was, I mean, there was no way Cole Palmer and Morgan Rogers were getting in. It's the same situation by Aji. When people slate Chelsea for letting Kevin De Bruyne go, the talent was there. It is not a mistake from Jose Mourinho letting Kevin De Bruyne go and then he suddenly developed his talent. Kevin De Bruyne had talent was from day one at Chelsea. What happened was Chelsea's attacking midfielder was Oscar. Oscar was one of the best midfielders in the world. If you remember, before he went off to Brazil, Oscar was one of the best attacking midfielders in the world at that time. Kevin De Bruyne did not get a chance. The same thing with Cole Palmer. Cole Palmer and Morgan Rogers, they just did not have the space to go into. And then who were your backups? Bernardo Silva was your backup. So you had to compete, and Phil Foden was getting in. So honestly, Morgan Rogers had to compete with Kevin De Bruyne, Phil Foden, Bernardo Silva sometimes when he's playing in the center spot to get into the squad. Impossible. Not possible. Not possible at all. So I think that is the consequence of having a very good academy and an excellent, that's the consequence of having a very an excellent academy and having an excellent team. And I think for every Morgan Rogers you have let go, or every Cole Palmer you have let go, you've got a Ryan Sherky. And again, I don't think. Do you guys think Phil Foden and Cole Palmer can play in the same team? Two left-footed players. Again, I doubt. Again, I doubt it. Pep might make it work, but again, I doubt it. I just don't know if that works out. Ryan Sherky is both-footed, so again, there are consequences there. Nick Fadley is here. Hey mate, how are you doing? He says Nunez borrows KDB's leg and Savio borrows Usain Bolt's legs. Savio always had the pace, Nick. Savio always had the pace. What Savio didn't have was confidence. So I saw Savio as a 19-year-old carry Girona from the bottom of the league to competing with Barcelona and Real Madrid for till May. I think 2 seasons back, Girona competed for the La Liga title, and Savio was the second best player in Spain that season behind Jude Bellingham. That's his potential. The manager of Girona that season, when they signed Savio before the start of the season, he said after Vinicius Junior, this is the best dribbler I've seen in a long, long time. About Savio. So Savio's pace and all was never in question. But Matthew's newness, yes, he had crosses, but today's cross was absolutely special. To beat Marquez, Lacroix, and Chris Richards in the air, that to aim just at Erling Haaland, he put that cross on a sixpence. Kevin De Bruyne would have taken his hat off to that cross, and that tells you a lot. Nick Fadley says Rogers and Sherky are lovely to watch. I just think with Rogers, one of his limitations is he is sort of a player who I don't rate Rogers' vision as much, but he's an excellent player in terms of taking the ball and running with it. Taking the ball and running with it. I think if Morgan Rogers was at City, he would not be playing attacking midfield. He would be playing the box-to-box midfielder role. Clearly, what Reinders was signed for. So Morgan Rogers was that kind of a player. Like I said again, with Gundogan being there, Morgan Rogers never could get a chance at City. Bayaji says, I was surprised that Savio pays for the penalty. And he has pace, Bayaji. He has pace. I always refer to that season, when 2 years back, when he carried Girona from the bottom of the league to competing. I saw that entire season, mostly tracking Savio. And there was, I think, someone else. Michel. City were also looking at Michel in case Pep goes. Savio was electric that season, and you'll be surprised by Ajay if you go back to that season and watch. Savio at least had 4 shots from outside the box. His his long shots were exceptional that season. His long shots were exceptional that season. His crosses were very good. The crossing range of Savio he's just not showing his entire repertoire here. Savio's crosses are very good. He bends them in well. Savio has an entire repertoire, Bayaji. You must be special, Bhayaji. You surely must be special if two of the powerful people in the club want you to stay despite an 80 million pound offer coming in for you, and they're ready to put their head on the line for you. They said I'll go. Ferran Soriano literally said, who is it from the Athletic, from the Athletic, that journalist around City says, Ferran Soriano literally said, I'll leave if you sell Savio to Spurs. Those were the exact words internally. He didn't mention Ferran Soriano, but he mentioned a powerful figure so you can understand who it was. They might rate him very, very highly. Savio's pace is very, very. That's what 2 years, Bayaji. 2 years. Just imagine Doku 2 years back was shit. Give Savio 2 years and see the player he'll turn out to be. And Savio is excellent at maintaining width and everything as well. So it's absolutely very interesting. I think we as fans must stand behind. I mean, just allow Savio 1 year. I told at the end of the season, but I literally feel 2 years you give Savio and he could literally turn out to be world class. And imagine if I know Spurs are not the best judge of talent, but anyway, if a stingy owner like Daniel Levy is willing to spend 80 million pounds on a player, they must have done a lot of research. They must have absolutely done a lot of research on him. Wow. Anyway, guys, a great watch along, and as usual, thanks for joining me. Thanks, Bayaji. Thanks, Kaundinya. Thanks, JSK, and thanks, Nick Fadley, as well for joining me on the stream. Uh, as always, it's been wonderful being on the stream with you guys, and really enjoyed the watch. It was a tense watch, but clearly we won 3